Bread MacGuffin reviews. Deadfall with spoilers. Okay, Deadfall from 1993, directed by Christopher Coppola, the brother of Nicholas Cage Coppola. And we have Michael Biehn in this, and we have Charlie Sheen, and we have Peter Fonda, and we have James Coburn, and we have Talia Shire, and we have Sarah Trigger, and we have Angus Scrimm, and we have. Did I say Charlie? Yeah, I said Charlie. Yeah, look. Anyway, my God, we're just overwhelmed with talent and stars here. This is a grifter movie, con movie, con man movie, that sort of thing. It's like The Sting, that sort of, you know, um, yeah, that sort of movie. If you like that sort of thing, yeah, you like this. Um, we have Michael Biehn. He plays Joe. He's on a con with his father and his gang, and they're conning Frank, played by Michael Constantine, and he basically wants to buy drugs for a cheap price, and Joe wants to sell him the drugs, or he's sort of connecting him to the drug seller, which is James Coburn's character Mike, who's Joe's dad, and yeah, that's what's going on. They're basically conning him. Um, when 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 they're about to do the deal, Joe yells. When Mike gets close to Joe, he yells that it's a setup. He's wired, and all the gang rush in dressed as cops, and Frank, runs for it and leaves the money and leaves the drugs and just runs for it because they're shooting, everyone's getting shot, and so yeah, that's the basic start of this movie. So we meet Joe and we meet his father and a friend of theirs, Pete, played by Peter Fonda, and yeah, we see what they do for a living. So Christopher Coppola, let me say, he's also directed Sacred Blood, G-Men from Hell, Bel Air, Gunfighter, Palmer's Pickup, Clockmaker, Gunfight at Red Dog, and Dracula's Widow. So yeah, that's his bit of his filmography there. And this is the first and last time he's directed his brother in anything. And yeah, his brother really goes for it here. His brother plays Eddie, which is Eddie's a henchman for Lou, and I'll talk about that later. So let's go to Michael Biehn. He is Joe, and he was in 3 James Cameron movies. Yeah, so James Cameron likes him, and we like him too. The Terminator, Aliens, The Abyss, The Seventh Sign, Navy SEALs, Tombstone, Jade, The Rock, Cherry Falls, Planet Terror. And okay, I'll just walk us through the story here. Now, when this con is happening with Frank, and as I was just talking about, Joe seems to have put the wrong bullets. He hasn't put blanks in the gun. He's put real bullets in the gun, and he can't understand how this happened. So when he shoots at Mike, his father, he kills him, and he is distraught. He's inconsolable. He doesn't know what happened. Um, they have a funeral for his father, and Pete's there, and all the gang, and a mystery woman is there, red hair, dressed in black, and when he goes to talk to her, she disappears. So yeah, James Coburn. Let's talk about James Coburn. Charades, The Magnificent Seven, The Great Escape, Cross of Iron, Our Man Flint, In Like Flint, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, Hudson Hawk, Maverick, Eraser. So yeah, he's another legend, and he's in this. Yeah, they got a good cast together. Um, so we have James Coburn playing the dad. So after the funeral, Joe goes to check out his dad's office, and he finds information that Mike has a brother called Lou, and he's a twin brother. So Joe decides to go and visit Lou. And oh, there's one thing that Mike said before his last breath was something about a cake, and Joe has the cake, or Lou has the cake, or Lou took the cake, or so it's a bit of a mystery there. So anyway, keep going. We move on. We Lou goes to visit his uncle, or Joe goes to visit his uncle Lou, and Lou decides to get him to work for him, and he's going to partner him up with Eddie, played by Nicolas Cage. So yeah, Eddie is a bit of a wild man, and Nicolas Cage, his performance in this is, how would you describe it? Over the top, out there, um, hilarious. Um, Eddie's a character you'll never forget. He has some great lines. He's in this for about an hour, and when he's gone, you'll miss him. You really will. Um, he, yeah, he's great in this. It's this movie's worth watching just for Nicolas Cage's Eddie performance. Eddie is hilarious, and yeah, he's a good bad guy. And it's like he's harnessing uh, Andy Kaufman's character Tony Clifton. Yeah, and it's like his brother Christopher said, "Look, Nick, go for it. Just do whatever you want. I won't hold you back, and I won't rein you in. So knock yourself out, have fun." And he sure does. Um, so Nicolas Cage, do we need to talk about what he's done? Con Air, um, you know, Wild at Heart. Uh, what else? Renfield. Um, there's some great stuff. I mean, he's Ghost Rider, which he was in with Peter Fonda. Um, Matchstick Men. He's just he's yeah, megastar. He's like Peggy Sue Got Married. Birdie, and yeah, Con Air. Did I say Con Air? The Rock. So yeah, Nicolas Cage, a legend. He's brilliant. So he's obviously doing his brother a favor here, and yeah, really sort of going for it with this character. So Lou pairs Eddie up with um, Joe, and they both go and try to. His first job is to get money out of this gangster called, or he's a nightclub owner called Baby. He's he's he owes Lou 1,500, and I'd say if Joe can pull this off, he'll get in Lou's good graces. So he he um he goes to the club, and he pulls a fast one on he pulls a fast one on Eddie. He makes it look like he's getting the money off Baby, but he's not. He fools him. Um, and I'll talk more about that later. So yeah, we sort of get to know Eddie a little bit. We get to know Eddie's girlfriend Diana a little bit, and yeah, it's oh yeah, they pull a sort of first sort of easy con, and it's they go to a bar and pull a con on Talia Shire, who plays Sam. Now Talia Shire was in Rocky movies and Godfather movies and Prophecy, and she's also a relative of the Coppolas, and she's probably an aunt, and yeah, so she's connected to Francis Ford Coppola, and or related to Francis Ford Coppola, and related to Christopher and Nicolas Cage. So she plays a bar owner, and Joe and Eddie Connor. um, with a sort of like a watch con, and yeah, that's their first con together, and then they go on to that getting the money out of baby. Um, Now Sarah Trigger plays Diane, Eddie's girlfriend, and she was in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, Grand Canyon, Pet Sematary 2, and Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. So yeah, we get to meet her. Now Joe and Diane form a relationship, so they don't tell Eddie because Eddie would yeah, he wouldn't like that. Um, we we go on to the club where I was talking about baby and getting the money out of baby. So Eddie goes waits in the car with Diane, and he sees in the distance, he sees on the opposite side of the road the club, and Joe comes out with baby and they handshake, and it looks like Joe's got the money from baby. And oh yeah, one of baby's girlfriends is Renee Estevez, which is Charlie Sheen's sister, and she was in Heather's, Intruder, Adam's Family Reunion, white single white female, and The West Wing. So okay, so that's great. Eddie thinks Joe has got the money, but we later find out that yeah, it's all a trick. And Eddie is not happy with this. He loses the plot, and there's great scenes of him leaving the club, baby's club, and yeah, he has some great lines, and he insults some of the people in the club, and he has them, and he gives one of the greatest swears, the longest swear roars ever put on screen. And so yeah, Eddie's out to get he's out to get Joe, and so Joe's in trouble with Eddie, and Eddie wants to get back at Lou for bringing Joe in, and you know, into his realm. He doesn't like Joe, you know, Lou's nephew coming into the. So Eddie grabs Lou and takes him to this restaurant or fast food place, and he ties him up. Joe arrives. Joe and Eddie fight, and Joe kills Eddie. So Nicolas Cage is out of the picture, and yeah, we lose Nicolas Cage, and now Joe is going to have to take over Eddie's role in the con that Lou is helping sort out or creating. So yeah, we lose Nicolas Cage. Big loss to the movie, but when he was there, he was brilliant. And this is one of the. It feels like you're watching The Room or something. That sort of performance where this character is just legendary. And yeah, what can I say? So bad it's good. Maybe you could say that about it. Also, I forgot to say in one of the bar scenes, we also see Nick Cage's brother Mark Coppola plays Bob, and he's sitting at the bar with Talia Shire. So keep an eye out for him. And okay, so we learn about the con that Lou is trying to set up, or was going to set up with Eddie, but he wants to con Angus Scrim, who plays Doctor Line. So that's the next con. And Doctor Line is a big diamond um, seller, and he also has a robot claw hand. Yes, a robot claw hand. Yeah, I just what can I say? Where did they come up with this? A robot claw hand. Yeah. Okay, so Doctor Line, Angus Scrim. Yeah, this feels like another movie when you see this. Uh, Phantasm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. John dies at the end. Chopping Mall, Mind Warp, Munchie. Angus Scrim. He's here. But before we meet Angus Scrim, um, Joe plays Charlie Sheen in a game of billiards, and he needs to get a way in to meet Angus Scrimm or Dr. Lyme. Now Charlie Sheen plays Morgan Grip, our billiard player, and Joe puts a bet with him that he can get 25 points. Like it's $1,000 for every point in billiards, and anyway, he loses to Morgan Grip, and he gives him his expensive watch to pay for the debt because he hasn't got his money on him, Joe. And Morgan shows the watch to Dr. Lyme, and that's how we get into um, Joe meeting Dr. Lyme and getting in with Dr. Lyme. And Charlie Sheen, of course, another legend, another Hollywood legend. Wall Street, well, legend in a good way and a bad way. Wall Street, Hot Shots, Platoon, Red Dawn, The Wraith, Young Guns, Major League 1 and 2, Navy SEALs, The Rookie, The Arrival, Terminal Velocity. So, Charlie Sheen, yeah. Okay, so we get to meet Dr. Lyme. Lyme, he gets Joe and Lou, or Lou wants to use his whatever diamonds he has. He's got a really good diamond, but he's saying he has more. So Lyme is interested in getting these diamonds from Lou and Joe at a discounted price, when he could sell them on for triple the price. So Joe sets up a meeting with Lou and Dr. Lyme, and Lou's there with Bart and his gang to do this con on Dr. Lyme. And now Bart is Mickey Dolenz, and he was in the Monkees, and he was also in Head and Halloween '07. Yeah, you have a monkey in here as well. So there you go. Just the stars keep on coming. And oh yeah, there's another thing that was happening through this movie, but it ended with Nicolas Cage. There was sort of this mysterious Captain Birdseye guy called Huey, and he's I call him the mysterious beard guy, and he was sort of seemed to be following Joe around, and but he ends up fighting with Eddie outside the club, and Eddie kills Huey. Now Huey's played by J. Kenneth Campbell, and he is also in Bulworth, Blue Streak. I'm falling out of the screen here. Collateral Damage, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. So yeah, and this it doesn't really go anywhere. We don't know why Huey was following Joe or anyway. Okay, so they set up to have this con to do the con, and Dr. Lyme, Joe's there. It's sort of very similar to the con at the start of this, and yeah, there's a big shootout again, another shootout, and it seems that Joe doesn't shoot his uncle Lou, and when he calls, it's a setup, and Lou. Yeah, that's another thing about this. We get a similar, con. It's not a new sort of different con. It's a similar con to the first one. So Joe doesn't get a chance to shoot Lou, his uncle. Dr. Lyme's men do, and Lou gets shot properly, and Lou gets killed. And of course, Joe is, distraught again because it's like the same thing happening again. And in walks Joe's dad. Joe's dad is back. Joe's dad wasn't killed. Joe's dad pulled a con on Joe and his gang. So in walks Frank is back. Mike is back. Joe's dad. Pete is back. Peter Fonda. I didn't talk about Peter Fonda. Another legend. He also was in Easy Rider, 310 to Yuma, the remake. Bewley's Gold, Wild Hogs, Ghost Rider, Escape from L.A., Future World, Race with the Devil, Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry. So yeah, we have. So his dad conned him, and he's yeah, he basically walks away from the whole thing, the whole business after that. He's had enough, and yeah, he shoots his dad with a blank gun and scares the life out of him. His dad, anyway, just walks away from him and lets his father have all the money. And yeah, he said, looking back, it keeps him what would you say, honest. Just looking back and thinking back to what his dad did, and he also loses Diane. Diane was part of the setup as well. So yeah, con movie. And what else can I say about this? Yeah, I mentioned the claw, Dr. Lime and his claw hand, bizarre stuff. Maybe it helps him pick up the diamonds, grab diamonds. Yeah, and what can I say? Once you watch this, you won't forget it. Especially Nick Cage's performance. I watched this on YouTube, so yeah, check it out. You'll enjoy it. It's This is Nicolas Cage turned up to 11, all the way up to 11, and yeah, very quotable lines from Eddie. And if this isn't a cult movie, it should be, because you know, without a doubt, it's good stuff. Okay, what can I say? I'm exhausted from talking about this. It's yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Let's mark it. Let's mark it out as some. I might have to give this a 3. Like, it's really a 2, but I think Cage's performance, it deserves a 3 without a doubt. And yeah, just go for it. Check this out. You'll be mesmerized, you know. And yeah, Fred MacGuffin giving you the guff on Deadfall, 1993. Fred MacGuffin's review. Sam Peckinpah.